Hello and welcome. My name is Alan. And yeah, we are again. I wasn't meaning to put videos up this week, but it got to the point where there was things I just couldn't ignore, so I figured let's go ahead and make the Mamdani one too. Um, yeah, Democratic primary, Zohran Mamdani for the mayor of New York City. Absolutely wonderful. Absolutely. This is a thing a lot of the people won't, but of course, there's these insiders and the wealthy who don't like the idea of him winning on both parties. And honestly, the way some of these elitist Democrats are treating him reminds me of the way they tried to smear Bernie in both 2016 and 2020. Lies, 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 lies. Especially from those who take money from evil groups like APAC. Now, from Brookings.edu, the Brookings Institute, Mamdani showed an ability to connect with a broad electorate and activate new voters by fashioning a program designed to speak directly to their concerns. His electoral victory was fueled by skilled campaign organizing and by his exceptional mastery of social media video, and he is now the frontrunner, not only as the Democratic nominee who has earned momentum and respect, but also because of the weakness of his potential foes. So, if I can make it there, I'll make it anywhere. Was part of the song by Frank Sinatra in his song New York, New York. Yeah. It has limited application to national politics, particularly to those who rise to become mayor of New York City. Not one person elected to what's often called the second toughest job in America has ever even been nominated to run for president. Although a number of its mayors over the last half a century, the last 50 years, have tried. Their ranks include John V. Lindsay, Rudy Giuliani, and Michael Bloomberg. The history is worth bearing in mind in face of an outpouring of excitement and joy, worry, and in some quarters panic over New York's June the 24th Democratic primary. Overreading the importance of what happens in New York City elections is long-standing habit rooted in fascination with the city's politics, which inspires and the coverage its role as a media center guarantees. Yeah, remember, biggest city in the United States, New York City. And this has always been, for the U.S., a metropolitan center. Metropolitan. And yeah, it's always been an important place. None of this, however, diminishes the significance of 33-year-old state assemblyman Zohran Mamdani thumping 67-year-old former governor, corrupt former governor, Andrew Cuomo, and his victory is both extraordinary and instructive enough without any hype. He is decidedly a generational talent, a term used regularly since his victory, not just by passionate advocates but also by hardened political warhorses taken by surprise when he won. It shouldn't take him by surprise. He speaks to what is important in Americans' lives. But you just try to constantly use the same racist xenotypes to try to scare people. And it don't work. You know, a lot of people don't like the Democratic Party. I can't stand them. I really fucking absolutely despise the Republican. But I can't stand Democrats either. It's just, unfortunately, we're fucked in the ass because all we get is a two-party system. Because something genuinely new happened in this contest, it deserves close study. Here are the post-2024 lessons it offers beyond New York's 5 boroughs. How did Mamdani do it? What challenges does he face? What does his victory teach politicians elsewhere? And what does it tell us about future elections this fall and well beyond? If you truly want to win, speak to what matters for Americans and show you really mean it. Show you want to go after it. Don't just offer lip service. Shows, say, look, this is my plan. Trump got away with it because he's a charismatic, lying idiot. But yeah, it's not only saying the right things, but it's following that up. Cuomo shouldn't have even been a threat in there as close as he was, because he was so corrupt, so evil. Yeah. Eric Adams, I think he's done. His goose is cooked. But yeah, absolutely. You speak to people, try to help the people, and show that's what you want. Trump could only get away with just saying it because, again, charismatic jackass who lies all the time, but tries to further lie to strengthen what he says. And he gets away with it somehow. There's an evil force. I'm wondering if Satan isn't in control of all that, because Lord knows Trump isn't doing things great. But anyway, yeah, Zohran Mamdani, born in 1991, so he's 33 years of age, in Uganda, but he moves to the U.S. when he was rather young. Do we have 90? Let's see, born in 91. They don't say exactly what year. They moved, but apparently he was still a kid. Because, yeah, attended the Bank Street School for Children and would graduate from Bronx High School. So, yeah. In Kingsbridge Heights. So it tells me he's been here most of his life. He is as American as you're really going to get. Even though some people try to claim, oh no, he's the most evil thing. No. You're a propagandist bastard and need to shut the fuck up. Yeah, resist fascism. I mean, the guy, does he have a list of the policies? He's Democratic Socialist of America, which he joined in 2017. So even when he was an assemblyman in New York, he's clearly been about things that help the average person. See what else we've got here. Shortly after he became the presumptive nominee, several Republicans attacked him using Islamophobic, racist, and xenophobic content. Nancy Mace suggested a connection between him and the 9/11 terrorist attacks. MTG posted an image of the Statue of Liberty wearing a burqa. Others associated with the MAGA movement, like Laura Loomer, Charlie Kirk, and Donald Trump Jr., also spoke of him in context of 9/11. The Council on American Islamic Relations, CARE, noted a significant increase in Islamic content on Twitter the day after he became the presumptive nominee. Even on the Democratic side, like I said, it feels so much like the way they treated Bernie. Kristen Gillibrand appeared on the Brian Lehrer show and criticized Mamdani's past statements, specifically referencing that she described his references to global jihad. Host Brian Lehrer issued an on-air disclaimer stating that there was no evidence he had supported Hamas or violent jihad. So again, lies, 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 lies. Gillibrand dismissed the clarification and continued her criticism. Her office later said she misspoke in the interview and called Mamdani to apologize for her remarks. Andy Ogle wrote Pam Bondi alleging that Mamdani had concealed support for terrorism when he applied to become a citizen, and asking Bondi to revoke Mamdani's citizenship and deport him. In a tweet about his letter, Ogles referred to Mamdani as Little Muhammad and anti-Semitic and socialist communist. Ogles linked his statement about terrorism to lyrics in Salam, a 2017 song by Mamdani in which he expressed support for the Holy Land Five, a group found guilty in 2008 of providing material support to Hamas. CAIR replied with its own letter to Bondi condemning Ogle's use of Little Muhammad as Islamic and racist, and pointing out that various groups, including the ACLU, believed the Holy Land Five trial was to have been seriously flawed. July 1st, of course, Trump, the racist shit that he is, suggested that Mamdani might be in the U.S. illegally and added that his administration would be looking into that question. Again, racist bullshit and trying to take the rights out of the hands of the people since they have chosen him. Fuck you, Trump. And added, Trump also threatened to arrest him and withhold funding from New York City if he refused to comply with Trump's mass deportations. Listen, Trump, you Hitler-esque shitbag fuck. Go fuck yourself. Mamdani began to identify as a Democratic Socialist after Sanders' 2016 presidential campaign. He is a member of the Democratic Socialists of America. He supports a universal pre-kindergarten child care system, proposed giving all New York City families baby baskets containing products such as diapers and nursing supplies, introduced a bill to eliminate New York University and Columbia University state property tax exemption and direct those funds to the City University of New York system, which has historically struggled with funding. And in an interview with Der Blatt, a newspaper associated with the Hasidic movement of Judaism, he expressed a desire to defend Hasidic yeshivas, institutions for Torah study, from accusations of failing to meet state educational standards. He stated that, "I will listen to your leaders on education, and I will work to protect you from anyone who wants to disturb your way of life." Don't sound like something an anti-Semitic person would say. Could it be these fuckers trying to attack him are lying? Yeah, I would fucking say they are. Mamdani has argued that increasing policing and incarceration does little to prevent harm, and that dignified work, economic stability, and well-resourced neighborhoods can more effectively keep the public safe. Something numerous leaders and powerful voices over time have cited that have been constantly ignored. And it's these high volumes of police and everything else are not doing the job. They're the ones that are fucking everybody over, and yet that's where we keep trying to do. You paying more to police, getting more police will not keep us safe, but we want to fight back against crime. Let's do that. Pay more, even though we know that the results in the past haven't done a goddamn thing to fucking help us. Yeah. But I'm so sick of people attacking them, trying to use this Mamdani faces flurry of anti-Muslim attacks following the primary victory. Here's about Gillibrand attacking him. There's been other Democrats besides Gillibrand that have attacked him, saying he's potentially anti-Semitic. Guess what? This is just from April. How Americans view Israel and the Israel-Hamas war at the start of Trump's second term? Guess what? It wasn't good, motherfuckers. Most Americans are like, yeah, Israel's evil. Israel's evil. What they're doing is evil and destructive. The proof has been seen. And yet, they keep trying to go back to these 9/11 tropes And it's like, no, that don't work, motherfuckers. It don't work. Percent who say the Israel-Hamas war is blank important to them personally. Not at all, very, somewhat. Most adults, 54% say, yeah, it is important. Republican, lean Republican, 55% say, yes, it is important. Of those aged 18 to 49 that are Republican, 41% say, yes, it is important. 42% say no, but I'm sure that's changed. 59% 50 and older, or 69%. It is important. Democrat, lean Democrat, 56% said it, so pretty equal to Republican. 51% said it is important, 18 to 49, that Democrat or lean Democrat. 50 plus, 61%. And then you have down here, it is, however, important for the U.S. and its national interests. Jewish Americans are particularly likely to say Israel-Hamas war is important to them personally. So these are the different religions and how they view it. And of course, Jewish, 93%. Which, yes, there has been anti-Semitism to spring forth, but you don't do that. You also don't like the war so that you can do Islamophobic bullshit or xenophobic bullshit. It's wrong on either count. Supporting the war, period, is wrong. Both Biden and Trump are stupid for letting it go on as long as they did. And it's not like Trump hurried to try to stop it. One of the first things he did was like, yeah, we can use Gaza to put up new places for Trump. That's one of the first fucking things he did. Remember that shit. And he got pissed off because neither side wanted to listen to him. Negative views of Israel have risen in the U.S. Percent who have an unfavorable view of Israel. It's become the majority of the U.S. Democrat or Republican, lean Republican, it's went from 27 to 37% who have a unfavorable view. Of those, 18 to 49-year-olds have went from 35 to half of the population in that, and those over 50 that are Republican, lean Republican, have went from 19 to 23. Democrat, lean Democrat have went from over half to 69%, over 2/3, closing in on 3/4. Of those 18 to 49-year-old, it's went from 62% to 71%. And even the 50-year-old plus have went from 43 to 66%. Only ones that seem to still back Israel hook, line, and sinker are older Republicans. This was in April. So yeah, it's not a winning thing to sit there and take AIPAC money and back Israel for the evils they have been committing. No one says support jihad, but yeah, what Israel and Netanyahu have been doing are war crimes. Pure and simple. But, again, it's not Republicans and Trump are loving to attack Mamdani too. Oh, look at him! He's a Muslim. That means we need to attack him like 9/11. Yeah. And honestly, it's stupid. It really fucking is. But, yeah. It reminds me so much of how the Democratic Party pushed back on Bernie, spread lies and smeared him, did so many different things to fuck him over, fuck over his voters. I want Mamdani to win. I don't even live in New York, but I want him to win because he is the right pick. He clearly gives a shit about the people. He gives a damn about the people. Unlike Republicans, unlike Trump, unlike the centrist Democrats, these sell their soul to AIPAC Democrats. Yeah. Mamdani's the right pick. But this is not going to be... It's far from over yet, is what I'm saying. There's a lot of evil out there. But, anyway, hopefully he does manage to make his way in. But we'll go ahead and end this episode here. As always, educate thyself, think, read, study, learn. Someone tells you something you have trouble believing, ask them to cite their sources. I'll be putting my sources and links here in the description box below the video. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you all in the next one. Until then, later.